Good morning, guys. It's Saturday and whew, yep, you can see my breath. It is cold out here. Of course, I'm barefoot. Getting my morning cold therapy in. But today is Saturday, and at Barefoot Microgreens Farm, that means it's plant day. So today, I kind of wanted to take you along and show you what that looks like. So I got up super early this morning because we are headed out of town, and I do have lots of things to do. One being my morning routine. So I like to get up early before anybody else does so I can make sure I get that morning routine in. I use a grow to order method for my business, and what that means is I get all my orders first and then I plant specifically for those orders. Now in the beginning of my business, I would grow extra trays because I was always handing out samples and taking them to restaurants and coffee shops. But now over the years that I've really dialed in all my systems, so the grow to order method has been really well for me. So I actually start my week on Thursdays collecting all my orders. And then that gives me enough time to get in maybe some straggler orders for some special events or something like that, as well as it allows me to figure out how many trays I need to plant and allows time for soaking seeds that need to be soaked, for instance, like pea shoots. So then I'll collect my orders on Thursdays, and then by Friday night is when I will start measuring out my seeds. I like to have everything ready, so on plant day I can just go ahead and get right into it. So I measure out my seeds. As you can see here, I like these little Dixie cups. That's what works best for me. And it's easy to sprinkle out from them, and it's easy to measure the seeds in here. And then my pea shoots are soaking right now. Another variety that I soak are sunflower shoots, but I usually do that the same day because I only soak them for 2 hours before I plant. I also like to prepare my trays, and as you've seen before, the dirt is already prepped in the trays, already stamped down, nice even soil, so we can just go ahead and start planting. So when I'm measuring out my seeds, I do measure them in grams per tray. So as you can see here, I use fold out tables to put my trays on and fill them with dirt. It's about 3 quarts of soil that goes per tray, 10 by 20 tray. I do have my nephew Dakota. He actually fills these trays for me, so that helps out a ton, as well as he helps wash my trays for me. And so that, I haven't talked about this for a while on my social media, but we actually put together digital plans so you can build a tray washing station. So if you're a microgreens grower and you're interested in learning how to build one of these for yourself, it's adjustable. It can adjust for the 10 by 20 trays and the 10 by 10 trays. It's worked out for a couple years now, and it's still strong and still working out perfect, and it makes washing trays a lot easier. Link the digital plans down below. If you're a microgreens grower, you will definitely want a microgreens tray washing station. First thing I'm gonna do is water these trays and get the soil nice and moistened. I will save the time of you watching me spray the trays with a hose. But we do have a filter adapter hooked to our faucet, and I'm gonna go through and water these real quick, and I'll be right back. I will show you one of the trays that I'm gonna water because I forgot to mention that I do use the mist option on the hose, and I just make about 3 or 4 passes before I plant. So I just wanted to show you that. Don't put it on, like the super soaker or even the shower will give it too much water, and you don't want water puddling in your trays. The first variety that I'm going to plant is our basic salad mix, which is a favorite. And I measure out 25 grams per 10 by 20 tray. So like I said, these Dixie cups work out so good for just shaking them out. And you just want to make sure that you get these seeds spread out as even as possible. And this took a little bit of time for me to get used to. At first you kind of have a heavy hand and they come out really fast, but I've gotten pretty good at it. It's actually kind of fun. Variety that I'm going to sow is our broccoli microgreens, and again it's 25 grams per 10 by 20 tray. And I sow it just the same, just sprinkle it right on as even as possible. Radish, and it's 50 grams per tray, and kohlrabi, and it is only 20 grams per tray. And just like that, sprinkle it right on. You'll notice that the radish seeds are a lot bigger than the other seeds. Pea shoots, and you can see these seeds are pretty ginormous. And so I soak these overnight for about 12 hours before I plant them. I did pre-measure these seeds for 2 different trays before I soak them. I can kind of eyeball it now, so I know how much goes into each tray, but it might be best in the beginning to soak them in separate bowls so you know, because the weight will change as they absorb the water from being soaked. I did a video the other day on she's giving away her secrets, and the boys and I planted the pea shoots. 1, because they're that easy, kids can do it, and 2, it's my secret to getting your kids to eat vegetables. So if you haven't yet, go check out that video. She's giving away her secrets. I got a small order in for this next variety I'm gonna plant. So I'm using a 10 by 10 tray, and I need to grab those seeds.
Hey Mom,
yes.
Is this it? It's cantaloupe.
Cantaloupe, yes, thank you. So microgreen cantaloupe. Did you know that cantaloupe was a microgreen? It is so good if you haven't tried it. So the seeds you can see here are quite a bit bigger as well. And on the smaller tray, it's 25 grams per tray. And on the bigger tray, it would be 50 grams. So I'm just gonna sow these. These ones are pretty easy because they are so much bigger. And if you haven't tried microgreen cantaloupe, it tastes like a sweet cucumber melony taste, and it is so good. Now I've planted all my trays, and I'm gonna go back through with the hose on the mist setting and mist them one more time, and then I'll come back and show you what I do next. And this is where it's gonna help keep that moisture locked in, keep that humidity, keep them in a dark, warm place so you can have good germination in your trays. Now, I stack them 4 high like this because as they start to germinate in there, they'll actually raise the trays up and the weight that I'm gonna place on top. So if you went too high, you might have some issues where they might topple over, and that could be a problem. I have this little cart that I use. It's so handy because I'll just slide these right on here. I will take a black tray, put it on top, just like that. This stack only has 2, and that's just fine. Black tray on top. Cart on wheels works out really well because I plant in my garage, and then I take these to the grow room, which is inside my house, and so it just saves some time to get them all on one place, and then we can wheel it back there. And you probably see these big heavy pavers on top. These will actually go on top of your stack of trays. Coming into the grow room. Oh, hey, Gavin. Gavin did so good watering the microgreens while we were gone one weekend to the Weston A. Price conference that he is now the water guy, and he does so good at it, and that's his little job. This little area right here, I actually call my germination station. So trays are stacked. They're going to be removed from here, put on this rack. And it's a perfect day to show you these trays here because they are actually on the same grow cycle, but they are a variety that takes a little bit longer than the average 10 days. So I've actually planted these on Wednesday, and today's unstacking day for them. So I will go ahead and show you that too, but let's go ahead and get all these on here. This is where I'll take these pavers and place them right on top. And I push it all the way back to the very back of the tray, and then because these aren't the length of the tray, I take the smaller pavers and I place them on top, just like that. So I kind of want to do that because I want to get a nice even germination so I get really good yields when it comes to harvest day. And this is kind of like a workout. These suckers are heavy. Look, I can't get them over. So this is literally probably close to 20, maybe 22 pounds on top of these trays. You can see that they're peeking out. They've raised it up a little bit. Now this is the arugula variety, and they're more of a finicky variety. And so they don't push the trays up as much as, say, like the pea shoots would, but you can see that they've germinated and they're starting to peek out. And so they're ready to be uncovered. Gavin, how's the watering going? Good. Good. Okay, all kinds of good stuff out of this video. You kind of see the cycle of how it works. Because these ones will be in germination for 4 days now. So I won't do anything with these. I won't peek at them. I won't give them any more water. Just like these were for 4 days. And then I get to show you today kind of what it looks like on day 4. Take these off. If you want to check those out. You can see the difference. So these just got unstacked, and you see that yellow color. And then these will actually be harvested in 2 days, which will be 14 days for arugula. So you can see the difference there. That's kind of crazy. These will green up as we introduce them to light. But on the arugula, this is a variety that I black out for a day. And what that means is I'll take one of these black trays, like the ones I just took off of them, and I'll place them on top for 1 full day. And what that actually does is it lengthens the microgreens a little more than what they were, and that just helps on harvest day to get better yields. Now I don't do that with every variety, but I do on certain ones, and arugula is one of those varieties. Watering's good. Yeah, master waterer here. Gavin helps me with that job, and they all look really pretty. Thanks for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed coming along with me as I plant for my microgreens farm and my business. Comment below, are you interested in starting a small microgreens business in your community. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel.